Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to my Lunch and Learn, where every single week I explore topics to help you elevate your mindset, be at your best, and radically expand your life and business. And today's topic is really, really exciting because it's all about you. It's all about you being the main character in your own life, in your own business, and how you can really tune out the noise and discover your true desires. So, if you're a professional woman that's been supporting and taking care of everyone else in your work, in your household, perhaps even in your friend groups or extended family, and maybe you feel like you've lost that spark or that fire within, today truly is for you because I'm going to show you how you can reclaim your story and start stepping into a life that makes your heart sing in an authentic and just absolutely aligned way. So some of you know me, some of you don't. I'm Larissa McCoo, author of Stop Procrastinating Your Life Away, Discover the Secrets to More Time, Money, and Freedom. And I'm also Master Results Coach and CEO of Abundance Academy, where we've helped professional women who are already successful stop holding themselves back from what they're truly capable of and invite them to manifest their secret desires and radically expand their lives and businesses. So I'd love, love, love to know where you are coming in from. If you are coming in by replay, type in replay in the chat. And if it's your very first time with us, type in for first time in the chat because I'd love to welcome you. I'd love my team to welcome you. I absolutely do appreciate you being here, whether live or by replay. And I appreciate your presence. So just a little bit of backstory on why we're talking about this. Most of my life, I've been a pretty good worker. I've been a good working bee. Give me an assignment and I'll complete it. Give me a party to throw. And I'm the first one on the phone calling people back when phoning people was a thing. Now we text. However, if someone needed something, I was the first one there. No matter how full my life got, there was always room to help others. And I wondered why other people didn't have that ability either. There was a defining moment when I was sitting on the executive committee of a dance company that I was running and I was involved in. And I realized that I'd held nearly every position except for the president and vice president because that was what my husband held. Those were the titles my husband held for many, many years. And naturally, because I was dependable, I did most of the work except the public facing aspects where he had to be the voice. And what stumped me was this is actually exactly the same scenario that happened to me with my previous husband, ironically, when we were involved in Toastmasters. We were involved in the executive committee for many, many years, and I held nearly every position and supported him as vice president and then president as well. And so this seemed to be a pattern in my life. At this point, when I was stepping down from the executive positions, I realized at my place of work, I didn't own the company I was working for, yet I was supporting the owner and I was treating it like my own business. I loved my work. I loved everything I did, but I was also a supporting player. And I was good at it. I was really, really good at it. However, I realized that I never had the desire to be in the spotlight because I was afraid. Okay. I was afraid of having to take on the responsibility. I was afraid of having to answer tough questions if something went wrong. I was afraid that maybe I just wasn't good enough to actually be the leader and get involved in difficult conversations. And so I just never had the desire. But it wasn't because I wasn't capable. It was because I was afraid. And that's totally the wrong reason. And then one day, everything changed. And over time, confidence began to rise. But I went ready, fire, aim, and made a decision before fully thinking things through so that could actually happen. Okay. So I want you to just ask yourself, would you like to feel like you're in the driver's seat of your own life? Do you want to know that the goals, dreams, and desires that you speak about resonate with you and absolutely make your heart sing? Are you ready to step out of hiding and into the spotlight where you can claim your greatness and free yourself from your self-imposed trap? Let me know in the comments. Drop your favorite emoji in the comments and let me know. Yes, are you ready? So when it comes to how this idea of stepping out of hiding and into the spotlight came up in historically speaking and in comparative mythology, there's something called the hero's journey. And this is a common template of stories that involves a hero that goes on an adventure, is victorious in a crisis of some sort, right? There's a crisis, and then the hero becomes victorious. And then the hero comes home changed and transformed. So this idea, this framework was popularized by Joseph Campbell, who he was actually influenced by Carl Jung's analytical psychology. And this framework has been adapted in so many different settings. It's used in business and marketing and storytelling. It's used all over the place, and it's still used to this day. It's been adapted, but it's definitely very, very present. And so if you think about it in your own respective way, in your own life, your life is a hero's journey as well. And in fact, you may have many hero's journeys that comprise the story of your life. And these journeys are what help shape the character of who you are. They are what allow you to grow and develop into the person that you ultimately become, either deliberately or by default. And so when you are the main character is important. It's present. It's like the principal character. Character is like the person in a play or a novel, or even if you look at the word character, it's more of like that moral quality that's distinctive to who you are. And so when you're the main character, you're number one. You're of utmost importance. And I think sometimes when we are serving people, we forget that we actually must be number one. We must fuel ourselves if we want to fuel others. A couple other things that we're going to talk about is this idea of noise and desires, right? Noise is a noise is a sound, especially one that's really loud or unpleasant, right? You're like, oh, tune down the noise. I sometimes use these little things, right? When it's a little noisy, when there's people doing construction or making noise outside or having conversations, and I can hear them through the window. Or if my son just gets really, really loud, I'll put the little headphones on just so I can get myself quiet and turn down the noise. Maybe they're irregular fluctuations that from like a physics perspective, they're irregular fluctuations that accompany transmitted electrical signals, but they're not necessarily part of it, but they obscure it. So what are the things that are getting in the way of signals that are required? And so noise is stuff that's in the way. And when it comes to desires, so often we have a lot of noise that's in the way of our desires. And our desires are these strong feelings that we want to have, or these wishes that we want in our lives. These are our greatest hopes and dreams. And so the fact is there's a lot of noise in this world, and maybe like noise is a sound, and you may need to tune it out. Like I use my little headphones or the noise canceling headphones, or maybe they're messes. Noise can be a mess, like messes on your desk or messes in your house. Noise can be a schedule, like a really full schedule with misaligned priorities and things that just simply keep presenting themselves to you, like social media, opportunities, opinions, commitments, requests from other people, obligations, maybe emails. Emails can cause a lot of noise, almost anything to do with your phone. And when these things are aligned, they're wonderful. However, most of the things, if we're not very deliberate, are simply another thing on our list. And they can very easily get misaligned and take away from our ability to truly be present with ourselves and those that we love most. Because especially in today's day and age, more is not better. It's not better, especially when it's not meaningful. And when you start getting into busy, busy, busy mode, it's so easy to fall into the shadows and just forget what you want, because you're trying to keep up. You're trying to keep up. You're trying to keep up. It's kind of like you're on a hamster wheel and you're not able to get off. So what's the solution? Well, simple. Hit the pause button. You need to make the time to truly get to know yourself better than anyone else. Put your own oxygen mask on first and source yourself before others. Ask yourself those tough questions like, what do I really want? What does my heart desire? And realize that God put you on this earth to serve a purpose. And you may or may not know what it is at this point. However, it's important that you do find out and you live it wholeheartedly every single day. It's not about saying, look at me, look at me. When you step out into the spotlight, you're not saying, oh, I just need more attention. You're actually aligning yourself with your highest and fullest expression of why God put you on this planet. And when you do that, there is a powerful force that comes within you. You truly do become unstoppable because you're hiding yourself, you're revealing yourself. And it may be taking on a position with more visibility, like that president or vice president role. Or it could still be you maintaining yourself in whatever quote unquote position you're in, but truly living with yourself in alignment. And there's a difference. When you are aligned with your life, with your destiny, then you feel good. You don't question yourself. You walk, talk, act with confidence, and you own yourself. There's a whole different level of ownership. And sometimes we think it's like, this is like a one and done thing. Oh, Larissa said to be quiet. Okay, I'm going to be quiet. Check off the list. Why didn't it work? This has to be done every single day. This is why I hold my morning calls. I hold 6:30 a.m. morning calls with my clients every single day. Why? Because we explore this work. We dance. We have fun with the possibilities of what could be. We really question ourselves. We ask ourselves intelligent questions and get intelligent answers, and then make purposeful decisions every day, because it's not a one and done. And the more you can do this, the more you can start revealing parts of yourself and put into practice the idea of putting your best foot forward every single day. You walk, talk, and move with excellence. And excellence doesn't go on vacation. So when you turn down the noise, you're actually taking moments in your day, moments in your life to get quiet. If you can't do it every day, at least every couple days. This is where you close your eyes and meditate. Perhaps you pray. Perhaps you just sit in quiet. Perhaps you go for a walk. Not like a workout walk, but just a walk with no devices, no pets, no dogs, no people. Just walk and really truly allow yourself to connect to nature. It's where you give yourself permission to breathe. Maybe you'll journal, okay? And so turning down the noise is literally getting rid of things that are distracting for a moment in time. And there's a phrase that goes, prayer is when you speak to God, intuition is when God speaks to you. And so when you give yourself these moments of quiet, you're able to start listening to messages that are supposed to be coming to you, whether it's from God, whether it's from divine, whether it's your intuition, whether it's something someone said 3 weeks ago and you forgot about because you didn't give yourself the time to actually consider it. Your inner being needs to have time to be able to process these thoughts and these energies swirling around in your world. And if it's too noisy, you won't hear. So the big first step is to tune out the noise by getting quiet. In some aspect. If not every day, definitely every 2 days. I'd say for at least 20 minutes. If you can do more, great. But minimum, like let's say bare minimum. It's kind of like drinking water. If you don't drink water, you're not going to be around for a while. Okay? You've got to ingest some hydration into your body. And so this is a basic fundamental thing. And then when it comes to uncovering and revealing your true desires, one of the things that when you have the space, when you have the energetic space, start asking yourself, what do I want? What do I desire? And you may or may not get answers right away. It might take a while. That's why I say this has to happen every day, at least every 2 days. What do I desire? Like, what do I really, truly want? And there are some questions. I wrote this personal elevation playbook beginning of the year, and they're timeless truths for fulfillment, purpose, and legacy. And in the book, on page 29 of this version, we haven't changed it yet, but we might do a revamp. There are some questions I want to give you. And the questions are, if nothing I wanted were bad or wrong, what would I want? Okay, so it's like, oh, what do I want? I don't know. Maybe you don't know what you want. But let's say if nothing you wanted were bad or wrong, what would you want? It's a different question. It's a good question. Another question to challenge your thinking is, if no matter what I did, no one would be mad at me, what would I want? So often we avoid things because we're afraid of how people will respond. Another good question, if nothing bad would happen to me, what would I want? Nothing bad would happen to me. What would I want? Fourth question, if no matter what I did, it would happen, what would I want? This removes the self-doubt. If no matter what I did, it would happen, what would I want? And last one, if I could trust myself to fully do my part in the creation of what I want, if I truly had that self-trust, what would I want? And if you had trouble with the what do I want list, this is going to give you some new ideas because it starts removing the barriers and it gives you permission to dream. I think this is a beautiful way to expand your thinking and start seeing what's actually inside and what's underneath you. So if you do want a copy of the Personal Elevation Playbook, I'll have my team put a free downloadable link in the chat or in the description of this video, or even just write playbook in the comments, and we'll make sure to get you a copy of the playbook, because the playbook is huge. If you want to go deep, if you want some guidance to take yourself and your life to another level, this is going to be it. We've covered it with our clients, and it was a game changer because it really helped them become the best of themselves. So that's it. Simple concept. Tune out the noise by getting quiet. Uncover your true desires. Ask yourself some really powerful questions. They're simple questions. What do I want? What do I desire? And I've given you some additional ones. And then third is take action. Take action when you hear the answers are coming. When you hear these answers come, you've got to take action and give yourself permission to step out and live your truest and most authentic self. It's so simple. It's so small seeming. However, it's absolutely going to be huge when it comes to you and the results that you get. So I hope this has been helpful for you. Let me just see the question. Random question, but do you have a recommended idea of how long I should give myself to learn? No. So there is no recommended time to give yourself to learn about yourself. Some people find and really uncover this fairly quickly, and other people just need more time. I think if you try to rush it, it's not going to work. So over time, you're going to keep revealing the next best level, the next best level, the next best layer of yourself, and realize that this is a lifetime job. This is not a one and done. This is like, you might take a week, you might take a month, you might take a year to reveal the next best layer. And then when you do that, what's going to happen is you're going to have another one, and you'll have another one, and you'll have another one. But as you keep moving forward in your life, you're going to keep stepping into even more elevated and evolved and appropriate layers and characters and actual expressions of yourself. So that's a really great question. Thank you so much for putting it in the chat. So if you are interested, again, type in playbook in the chat and we'll make sure to get a copy of that to you. It is 50 some odd pages. It is 41 pages of goodness to help you get deeper in tune with who you are, what you want, and what your truest desires are. Literally taking the playbook and reading it and going through the questions with a journal will make an absolute world of difference to you. So if this will help, I would love, love, love for you to go through it. And that's it for today. So I encourage you to become the main character of your own movie. Let me know what you've done. Let me know the changes you've made. I want to hear about them. Next week, we've got a very, very special treat for you. So stay tuned. It is an awesome, awesome summer topic. So I will be back again for another Lunch and Learn next week. And if you have any topics that you're interested in, if you have anything that you'd like me to speak about, let me or my team know, because we want to serve you. We want to be able to give you the answers to the questions that you have. We want to be able to help serve you as our community. So if you have any questions that you would like me to answer, or any topics or themes you'd like me to cover in these weekly Lunch and Learns, please, please, please let me know. We are collecting questions for the fall. So bye for now.